Over the last 4 years, I've made well over $1 million selling digital products. And in this video, I'm gonna break down my income at different subscriber stages, what I've been doing to sell my digital products. And then I'm just gonna break down the blueprint. That way you can just copy me. So what I've created over the last 4 years is an absolute cash flow monster. You see a lot of these people talk about e-com on the internet, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, but in reality, they're making like 30% net profit. So basically meaning they only see like $30,000 per month of that. Whereas in digital products, you can see here, my biggest month is $71,256.43. I see a huge percentage of that. I don't know the exact profit margins on that month, but a lot of times it's anywhere from like 80 to 95%, depending on if you have ad spend or you pay out other creators. But you can run it super lean. Basically, the revenue you see is pretty much close to the actual profit. Whereas in like e-commerce and drop shipping, a lot of times it's like you see $100,000, but they might only see 20 to 30,000 of that $100,000. So the numbers you see here are actually insane. And you can see over the last 4 years, I've made $1,183,497.85 as of the screenshot, which was taken today through my Shopify store. This is just my digital products, nothing else, but you can see the power of this. And using the strategy I'm gonna show you in this video, I've been able to get 880,000 store sessions on my website, which is insane, mostly through organic content. I started doing some ads in the last few years, but most of this was done just through organic content getting started. And because this is digital, it created an amazing lifestyle. And I just wanna share what's possible through digital products. I've been able to buy my dream car cash, an AMG GLE 53, absolutely amazing, travel the world, have an amazing office set up. I just recently moved to Tampa, have an amazing apartment, and I've just been able to travel the world and see a lot of really cool things because I'm not tied to one spot, having to work certain hours. I have time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. And I just wanna show what's possible through the digital product space. Before I get further into the video, I just wanna show that this works for not only me, but for a bunch of other creatives. So I wanna show this. That way you can trust what I'm talking about in this video is actually gonna be able to help you. Some of my best friends like Quentin Bobbitt, Gunner, and Tiny Tapes all are really good friends of mine that absolutely crush it. Out of respect for them, they don't share their numbers publicly, so I'm not gonna share their numbers publicly, but they're all doing very well selling digital products, and they've been able to grow their YouTube channels to quite a big size. Quentin at 50K, Gunner at 114, and Tiny Tapes at 42. Some of the creators I've helped a little bit more personally have shared their numbers publicly, so I will share some of that here. You can see Chris is doing 5K a month. He was uploading very consistently. So you can see it's not all just getting lucky with one video. It's about consistency. And I'll show you that in this plan, in this blueprint that I'm going to show you throughout. You can see Gabe just had his first 2K month, Pele 2K month, Asim, a 15-year-old kid from Nepal, did 3K in a month. And they're all using this blueprint, this formula that I'm gonna be showing you in this video. So before we break down exactly what you're going to do, I wanna share the progress because this isn't gonna be an overnight thing. You're not gonna go from $0 to $71,000 months overnight. It's about building up this personal brand, building the content that's going to lead to sales and also grow your following at the same time. So you can see here from 2019 to 2020, I was pretty clueless. I was using a store called Sellify. I'm currently on Shopify now, but this was the store, the platform that I was selling through. You can see here in a full year, I made $770 in revenue, which is not great. It's definitely not livable. I was absolutely clueless of what was going on, but this was my first taste. You can see right here in June 1st, I launched my store. You can see I started getting visitors. I started making some sales. I had a lot of free stuff. You can see that there was 7,200 orders. And this was all 100% organic content, no paid stuff at this moment. And then as I started to figure it out a little bit more, this is when I officially launched my Shopify store. You can actually see the date that I launched it right here. It's December 16th. I remember this day forever because it literally like changed my life. You can see it was December 16th, 2020. In that first month, I was selling for like those 15, 16 days at the end of the month. I made $1,618, which is absolutely insane because in that 15, 16 days, when I started to kind of figure it out, I did over double what I was doing in a full year the year previous. So it just takes a little bit of figuring out, sticking with it, consistency. Around this time also, I want to point out that I had around 0 to maybe like 3K subscribers on YouTube. This was like when I wasn't really like, didn't really have a following, didn't really know what I was doing, but I was getting paid to grow my following. Even though it wasn't a lot, I was getting paid. And then around this time period, I probably had around like 4,000 to like 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. Right around here, this is where my store and my YouTube and everything started to really take up. I launched one of my first like real successful digital products that I created an amazing offer for right around here. It was called the Ultimate Texture Bundle. And it's basically these paper effects that video editors can use. And I literally took my store from $1,600 to the next month doing $9,266.35. This is all organic, all from YouTube. I think at the time I did have an Instagram, but I wasn't really posting. You can literally see this is the next month. And in February, I was so close to my first 10K month, but because there's 28 days in February, I think I just barely missed it. I think if there was an extra few days, I would have hit it, but that's all good because in the month of March here, I did my first 10K month and actually surpassed it by a lot. I did $13,491.80, which is absurd because I was selling the same digital product. I didn't create anything new from this date to here. So for these 3.5 months, I made over $30,000 selling the same digital product, and I was getting paid to grow my YouTube. I think by the end of this term, I had probably over 10,000 subscribers. I don't know the exact amount of subscribers I had at each point, but I remember being around 4 to 5 when I was first getting started. And then I did scale up maybe around to 10, maybe 20 around here. And then more recently, I've shared the last 3 Novembers. So around Black Friday, you can see the absolute cash flow monster it is. 25,000, 72,000, 50,000 in the last 3 Novembers. So I've created this asset that absolutely prints for me. It's mostly run through organic traffic on YouTube. And I'm gonna break down exactly what I did to get here. So here's the beginning stage. This is what I would call like kind of the beginning, like not even really testing because I didn't even know what I was doing at the time. I just started making content in the music video editing niche, teaching creators how to edit. And you can see here, these videos are 3 years old, 5 years old, 4 years old, all around this time period. And I can tell I was getting onto something because I had a lot of comments like this, like, bro, all you need to boom out there is confidence in yourself. I want to see you go far. Thanks, bro. I was looking for the same effects. So like people are thanking me for creating the content that I was creating. And then he says, bro, I appreciate all the stuff you're making. Goat, really happy to find this video. So I could tell that I was getting onto something. And when there's attention, there is money. So I was kind of like understanding that, hey, maybe I could do something to make money off this YouTube channel. At the time, I had just kind of been creating for the sake of just creating and having fun. I always knew that there was a way to monetize it, but I didn't know if it was possible for me, even though it's very obvious that you can monetize any YouTube channel with digital products. But at the time, I wasn't quite sure of myself. So I went into this testing stage. I was just creating content that I thought other people wanted to see because I wanted to see it for myself. There were these 2 kind of music video director groups that were doing these cool paper effects. And I always was wondering how to do that. I wanted to understand how that they were creating these VFX. That way I could do it in my video. And I remember breaking down some of them here early on, like 3-4 years ago. People were still reinforcing what I was doing. Like, I fuck with this, keep it up, bro, providing something good for creatives of the world. Let us break down, appreciate you. We'll be purchasing the paper overlays. I think I was talking about releasing a paper overlay pack at the time. And then people are just saying, I'm so happy to be a member of the channel. I always take away so much information. Thank you so much. Already great in my eyes, sir. And then just another comment talking about how I'm helping them. So I could tell I was onto something. People were liking the videos. You know, at the time, they weren't getting this many views, but over the years, my channel has grown and continued to get views. I think at the time I was getting a few thousand views per video just because I was creating content that people actually found valuable. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second, but I want to talk a little bit more about my journey. So I started identifying that people were liking these videos. So I made my first digital product, and it basically helped video editors do these paper effects before you had to physically print out the piece of paper, rip it, scan it back over to your computer. Basically, the editing process to get these paper effects was a really time-consuming and hard thing to do. So I figured out how to turn it into a digital product. That way I could help video creators make these transitions and effects way easier. And because of that, I was able to charge for it. I released this video December 16th, if you do remember. That is the day that I launched my store right here. So up until this video right here, I didn't really have an official product yet. I had that digital product store on Sellify that was doing like 50 to maybe $100 per month, which is nothing insane. And then I actually launched this product at $77. And that's around the time I had my first $10,000 month. And then all I did was just continue to provide value with my digital product. You can see some of these videos like this one, this one, this one, and this one. And this one down here, I have paper assets attached to it. There's some that I just provided value for free without having a product. But basically the whole thing I was doing on my YouTube was just helping creators. And then sometimes I was attaching my digital product to help them do something quicker, have more variations of it, do it better. Basically, I was still helping. Like, you could watch the video regardless or not if you had my product. It was just how to do something quicker, easier, or better. So that is the whole foundation of my digital product business that's taken me from zero to that $1.18 million over the last 4 years. And I'm going to show you how you can do that for yourself. So this is the digital product blueprint. Do this, and I bet you'll be a millionaire if you just stay consistent and actually follow this to a T. And this is what I call like the value first approach. It's not a new concept. I've seen Gary Vee talk about it. Basically, anyone in the business space talk about providing value before you actually have an ask. But that's what I did, honestly, without even really knowing it early on in my YouTube channel. And what you're gonna do is just make videos in the education space. Basically, just make education videos and put it out for free. So whether you're in the editing space, the fitness space, whatever space you're in, you can just help people understand what you already understand. Even if you're not an absolute pro, you can help people. When I first started my YouTube channel, I was not the best at editing, and I still am not the best at editing, but I did know a little bit more than the beginner editor. So I was making videos, like how-to videos, teaching people how to do basic stuff or little things that I knew that a lot of people didn't know how to do. So think about the things that you know how to do in your niche, whatever that is. If it's in, lifting weights or dieting or creating videos or whatever it is, whatever thing you're good at that other people necessarily aren't the best at, like whatever your skill set is, your hobby, you can turn this into a business by just providing value, teaching them how to do things that you don't know how to do. Like for example, if you knew how to knit really well, you could provide value in showing people how to do certain knitting. I don't know why I came up with knitting, but it can really be as simplistic as that. Whatever niche you're in, whatever you're good at, you can package it up and provide value and do it for free. And on YouTube, the thing that's amazing is if you provide value for free, something like this video, like I'm helping people understand how to sell digital products, it's just gonna be shown to people that are interested in that thing. So chances are, if you click on this video, you're probably interested in making money. You're probably interested in selling digital products. So this video is going to be shown to you, just how if whatever niche you're in, you made the video on and titled it accordingly and had a good thumbnail, it will attract the people that are interested in that. And that's amazing because you're now building this asset, this audience that's going to be interested in the thing. So for example, that knitting thing, if you just provided value on how to knit for long periods of time, and then you came up with this amazing course or digital product, or I don't know what the knitting product would be, but I'm sure there's something you can do in the knitting space that would help your viewers and they would be willing to pay for it. So what you're gonna do first is just provide value over time, right? Just continue to provide value and help them. And you're gonna notice in the comments, people are gonna be like, whoa, this video was super helpful, more so than other ones. So once you have 10, 15 videos out there, there's gonna be one that people are kind of drawn to, and they might be asking questions or be like, hey, how do you do this? Or this was really helpful, I wish there was more of this. This is what your digital product can be. So for example, when I was creating those paper effect videos, at first I had some free assets. They weren't that good. I was just kind of showing people how to do it, find the stuff off Google and do it themselves. And everyone was like, whoa, I need more of this. This is super helpful. No one's doing this, blah, blah, blah. A light bulb lit up in my head and I was like, whoa, if people want more of this, if it's not out there, I can create a product around it and then provide value and also make money. So what people are interested in, what they're asking for in those videos that you started providing value for free, just take note of it. See, okay, what can I do to package my knowledge into some kind of product that can help them? This can be an ebook for editing assets. You can literally make presets, overlays. You can do video courses, whatever space you're in. If you're in the fitness space, you can do coaching programs or cookbooks. There's infinite possibilities for stuff. You just have to get creative and package your knowledge into a product that they can consume. And then eventually, when you have this digital product that you've built, you can provide value and have an ask. You can do the things you were doing up here, providing value, but now you can have an ask in your video with that product that hopefully also provides value to them. So you can see how that will now look like: provide value with product, provide value with product, provide value with product, value, value with product, value. It doesn't have to be this exact order. You can just, depending on how integrated your product and your video are together, you can do it in every single video. You can just sometimes be like, hey, I have this thing, but I'm gonna show you how to do it completely without it. There's so many different ways to approach providing value and having your product inside. But now this is kind of just the infinite loop. You can just do this now forever. Like if you're just helping someone and you help them over and over and over and over again, and you have a product that's gonna help them even more, after the 5th time you've helped them, they're gonna be so likely to spend money to not only support you as a creator, but also go ahead and advance whatever they're interested in. For example, these paper effect videos, people really like that style in the VFX space. And you can only do so much with the free stuff that's available. But if you want to take it a step further and you're really, really interested in it, you can buy my product that'll help you do more of it or better or more faster. There's so many different reasons someone would buy your product. And the amazing thing is I would even include some free version of your product. That way you can help everyone. It's a win-win-win for everyone because you can help someone, you can provide something for free. And if they want to take it a step further, support you as a creator, do something better, quicker, more often, whatever it is, have more variations, they can just buy the product. So this is literally the exact blueprint that I use to grow my channel from 0 to 167,000 subscribers, make over $1.18 million selling digital products, and what I'm going to continue to do because it's an absolute cash flow monster. If you want more help growing your YouTube channel and selling digital products, I'll have all the relevant links down below. But if you made it all the way to the end, I do appreciate you. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do that. I'm gonna be uploading a lot more videos like this. And if you have any video suggestion ideas that you think would be valuable, just comment them down below. And chances are I'll probably make a video on this because it's a new channel and you're gonna be one of the few commenters. But that's all I got for you guys in this one. Peace.